baby. Mental battles. It was this baby. Let me see. This bitch, these children, black little girls is the worst because they're like, oh, we're mapping it. Ugh. There was, let me see. These little kids, every time I look at these babies, manipulation. This like little girl in the corner all the way, even hearing their voices. Even, oh my gosh, this one little girl, this little girl, you barely can see here. But as she was running, they tried to do something with the track. It's so nasty. And it goes on. And every time I'm like, yes, you like girl. No, it's not even that. You like kids. And what they try to do is flip it. Because, when somebody say, oh, I like kids in a sense like you in the normal way. Well, I would like to have kids. I like kids, yeah. Or, I love kids. They just flipped it in the pedophilia ways. Matter of fact, now they even flip it to like girls. You like this nasty trash, and they use this childlike trash. They're supposed to gaslight you. Yeah, you like pretty girls. So nasty. These babies. And what they go to is like, no, but remember what you did when you were a child. It's like I'm a grown adult man who know myself very well. You are manipulating my brain to experience this, but you've done that to others.
Around anymore. No recollection of what happened. Also, there's something called forced speech, man. And it's possibly going to, be the reason why I won't be around anymore. But I have these days of where I can be sitting talking to you, and I feel a few vibrations, and I feel like something, go through me. The next thing you know, I'm saying words that I would never say. I mean, we can have a whole conversation, and it's not even me talking.
Well, yeah, and that, you're getting into a very complex topic, but initially that capability was used to screw up the speech of potential politicians. And so they're testing it, they're improving it, but let me ask you, doesn't it feel like
create these mental battles? It was this baby. Let me see. This bitch, these children, black little
around anymore. No recollection of what happened. Also, there's something called forced speech, man. And it's possibly going to, be the reason why I won't be around anymore. But I have these days of where I can be sitting talking to you, and I feel a few vibrations, and I feel like something, go through me. The next thing you know, I'm saying words that I would never say. I mean, we can have a whole conversation, and it's not even me talking.
Well, yeah, and that, you're getting into a very complex topic, but initially that capability was used to screw up the speech of potential politicians. And so they're testing it, they're improving it, but let me ask you, doesn't it feel like
Okay. What you just heard, um, something I'm actually glad they did that while I was on camera. Kind of show the validation. As a target individual, we are controlled in different ways. The thought process, the experiences, but also something you just heard happened there. And actually, the first one I heard, I couldn't even believe I said that. I was like, maybe they make me think like I said that, but I listened again, it's like I didn't even realize I said that word. And I couldn't even tell. I think, I've noticed that they can obviously force my speech, but I thought that I would be able to capture that, right? And I think what happened there, I was trying to say this black little girl, and it somehow went into that, using the B word. It was crazy. I didn't even recognize it until I listened to my video again, and I was like, oh, that's nasty. But I'm actually kind of glad they did that while I'm making a video. Because what you just heard from this man this is something they do to others. This is a tactic where they can force you to have a speech or say something that is meant to be degrading. Can you say calling this little girl a bitch? This is what they forced me to say. As I was trying to describe, they forced me to have this nasty reaction towards this black little girl, playing with my brain for me to say that. I not even recognized I said that until I listened to the video. And the thing is, like, they want me to be like, oh my gosh, and they start making chain noise campaign as if like this is not something that can even add to my validation that the manipulations. They will even try to be like, oh, remove the video. I'm gonna keep that video there. Please go watch this video that you see. This is a video I made. That's where I'm going through what they're doing to me. And describe they told this little girl, this little black girl, and that's when the word bitch came up, and I didn't even recognize it came out of me. And in this interaction that you hear with Duncan with this Tark individual who says he experiences like forced speech, where he talks about like a whole conversation where he doesn't even recognize that. And I've felt like people, like when I'm speaking, at some point, this is not the word I would use, but at least I'm recognizing it happening. I didn't even. It went so fast. Maybe I was so focusing on describing what was happening to me that I did not pay attention. But that just gives you an idea how disgusting this whole life was. Calling a little black girl a bitch. To force me to say that. That just gives you an idea of the low lifeness that we're talking about. Of course, I don't want that word to come out when I'm talking about a black little girl or any little girl. But I'm glad they did this on camera. Because at the end of the day, what this video I'll keep saying is about this low life enjoying the fact that they involved in a program where they control human beings and making them feel intoxicated by the fact that they can control. No matter how compromising it is to be involved in something that they're involved in. Looking at this bottom feeders, this feeling so empowered. Matter of fact, when they do these things like we are war, this is how compromised this trash are. Because they do these foul things to people, and to try to find ways to validate themselves. It's like, no, we're doing these disgusting things because we are war. It's so fucking disgusting because they're not at war, but like that man said, they're developing this weapon system. It's about controlling human beings. This trash that they utilize here are just nobodies that these governmental entities utilize to implement this technology onto us, target individuals who are just guinea pigs. And utilizing trash to disorient the reality. If you go into this video that you see there, I'll talk about the psyops of this trash in your life that could even be involved in something where they call little black girls bitch. But manipulate my brain, and that's just like you heard what this person said. Just by manipulating me, just like that person said. Forced speech. I did not make this up. This is a nasty low life. So can you only imagine, this is an obvious manipulation where I was forced to say something that I didn't even recognize was said. Now, this is the same technology that can make you have emotion, sensation, stimulation that they want you to have. If they're capable of making you say bitch to call a black little girl, imagine what kind of emotion and stimulation they can make you have. It is disgusting. And as they manipulate me to have this experience, they're like, no, what we're doing, we're making you experience the brain you had when you were a kid. Trash. This nasty low life, they will get theirs. I've seen how they look like. I've seen the truth, the vulnerability of this low life empowered by these governmental entities to control human beings. I know it's just a matter of time. The time will come. These nothings, this childlike trash, bottom feeders for top tier chop on traffickers, they will get theirs. You see, and if you go into that video, you'll see what these people look like. You'll be like, okay, yeah, they will do that. But I'm glad they did this, and I'm glad they did this in my videos. And you can clearly hear my videos where I'm trying to describe them. Just say this is sad. They're doing that to even David. I go out there. I didn't say it was sad. I said this is what they like to do. They do that even toward this. Well, they do that toward little babies and this and that. And you go through the video, and that word came up just kind of nowhere. I didn't even hear me say that. And so this trash is supposed, they start making chain nose campaign because they tell me I'm going to be like this creepy, this, and I'm again being manipulated to say something. This trash, even have the audacity to make you accepting of this. They tell you how you're going to be tortured, you're going to be in chains. You just make me call a child a bitch. And then you make nose campaign with chains to say that, yeah, you're going to pay for it. It's clear what they are to kids. They are a threat. And this war they're talking about, it's a war that even tortured children. Because it's not a war. Children are also used as guinea pigs. And this is the things they do. Target Vigil, stay strong. Understand that we are guinea pigs. The technology that is being applied onto us is technology that can alter us in so many ways. It's about human control. And it's the government obviously doing that. With me, they still are this clown. And you see they're pathetic, and obviously they look like they're definitely not the people in charge of this. I don't even, like, what gets me, what makes me, like, just shocked about how, like, do you even know what you look like? Do you even know that it's not even possible? Do you even know that you clearly look like some contracted bottom feeder of some sort? And this is obviously not you're not in. They have these perps, childlike, and they're so clown-like. For me, as pathetic as they are, there's one thing I keep saying, that please don't do this thing in front of me, because regardless of how bottom feeder you are in this thing, one, stop this childish thing in front of me. I know what you're part of. I know that very well. I know that you're involved in a program that tortures children. Understand that. I understand that. So act accordingly. If you think your retarded ass make me think it's your war, my friend, it's not going to be good. If you think that I don't know that this is a program ran by the government, and I think it's you, I swear to God, for all the suffering, for all the children that have died and suffered in this program, for all the women that have suffered in this program, I reassure you, you will not live in that fantasy. Just know that. Now, this technology, as retarded as these perps participating in this are, to think that you can be thinking it's not this governmental entities that have been working on this technology for decades. That it's just this next door retards. That this CIA, DOD entities have not been working on technology to alter human beings. That is some childlike retards in their pajamas doing that to you. Regardless of that, this technology is capable of what you just heard. You heard me say this thing without even knowing that I said that. But you just heard that man say, oh, they've been working on this technology. Or they can control, it's like almost a puppet level. They've been working on since, back in the CIA was working on that, the DOD, DARPA, all of it. This entity's been working on the human control. They've done that even to politicians to mess with them. They continue to improve on that. Do I think it's some retard living next door doing that? No, I know it's these governmental entities tied to the Department of Defense, tied to this intelligence community, developing this weapon system. And they've been working on it for a long time. And the validation that this man, I did not make this man say this thing. This is not my first video of forced speech, but it's the first time I didn't even capture that while I was saying that. And this is something that is pretty, calling somebody a bitch. especially a child. For me to not even recognize that, it means I was so not conscious of like what I was saying. That I was controlled to say that, and I didn't even recognize saying that. That means that, you know, I have to be very, very careful. Because my speech is compromised. They can make me say things the way they want, and I might not even recognize it immediately. Especially if I'm just like intensely in what I'm saying. And you have this concept. If I told you who's gaslighting me right now, tell me it's just Patch. You would, like, these perps are so pathetic, but it's so obvious at the same time that they are just the nothings. And then they're the type of people that you will never, never could be influenced by if they told you anything. Never. I mean, I say that, but from the soul and the core of my heart, these people are so pathetic. You can't even respect them in real life. And I'm not even trying to say that to insult them, but they truly are the most disturbed, the most pathetic of the pathetic. And I will understand, oh, this one, they love this. Oh, gosh, look at them. To make me say bitch to describe a child, and to think I'm going to be like, yeah, it's me. It's not the forced speech that I've been talking about for years. And to have these clowns next door, this trash that even, by the way, they tell me they're going to frame me with children. These are the people who protect children, by the way. Oh, their life is fucked, but it's not even none of my problem here. To all my talking video, I hope my videos help. You know, as I was making this video, to negate what I was saying, to distort what I was saying, to deflect what I was saying, via this technology called V2K, they're piping their voices. I was hearing childish retards calling me, oh, you're gonna be there, bitch, because once they frame me, when they're gonna frame me by pretending they got raped by me, I'm gonna be in prison and I'm gonna be raped and whatnot. Because like, I'd rather be this there bitch than do what you do. Than be this low life trash working for these governmental entities. Where they force people to have sexual reaction toward children. Even call them bitch. And then try to vilify you because you're being manipulated this way. And then they work for government, this governmental entity truly in charge, not this loserness. Top tier fucking pedophiles. That's what I was saying in that video. So my talking video stay strong.
This baby, this, let me see, this bitch, these children, black little girls is the worst because they're like, oh, we're mapping it. Ugh. Those, let me see, these little kids, every time I look at these babies, manipulation. This like little girl in the corner all the way, even hearing their voices. Even, oh my gosh, this one little girl, this little girl, you barely can see here. But as she was running, they tried to do something with the track. It's so nasty. And it goes on. And every time I'm like, yes, you like girl. No, it's not even that. You like kids. And what they try to do is flip it. Because, you know, when somebody say, oh, I like kids in a sense like you the normal way. Oh, I would like to have kids. I like kids, yeah. Oh, you know, I love kids. They just flipped it in the pedophilia ways. Matter of fact, now they even flip it to like girls. You like this nasty trash, and they use this childlike trash. They're supposed to gaslight you. Like, yeah, you like pretty girls. So nasty. These babies. And what they go to is like, no, but remember what you did when you were a child. It's like, I'm a grown adult man who know myself very well. You are manipulating my brain to experience this, but you've done that to others.
Around anymore. No recollection of what happened. Also, there's something called forced speech, man. And it's possibly going to, you know, be the reason why I won't be around anymore. But I have these days of where I can be sitting talking to you, and I feel a few vibrations, and I feel like something, you know, go through me. The next thing you know, I'm saying words that I would never say. I mean, we can have a whole conversation, and it's not even me talking.
Well,
you know?
yeah, and that, you know, you're getting into a very complex topic, but initially that capability was used to screw up the speech of potential politicians. And so they're testing it, they're improving it, but let me ask you, doesn't it feel like
create these mental battles? It was this baby, let me see, this bitch, these children, black look
around anymore? I have no recollection of what happened. Also, there's something called forced speech, man. And it's possibly going to, be the reason why I won't be around anymore. But I have these days of where I can be sitting talking to you, and I feel a few vibrations, and I feel like something, go through me. The next thing you know, I'm saying words that I would never say. I mean, we can have a whole conversation, and it's not even me talking.
well, yeah, and that, you're getting into a very complex topic, but initially that capability was used to screw up the speech of potential politicians. And so they're testing it, they're improving it, but let me ask you, doesn't it feel like